Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Community Access. Recently, our crews went to both Addison and Oxford fire departments for their open houses. Now, if you've not seen one, that's pretty cool. And it's all today in our Community Access. Welcome back. Here is the Addison Fire Department open house with our reporter Pauline Bennett. Pauline?
Hi, I'm Pauline with OCTV, and we are at Addison Township Fire Department's open house, and we're with Angela. How are you today, Angela?
Doing great, Pauline.
And who do you have here?
This is my niece Liliana. She just turned 1.
Oh, she's adorable, and it looks like she's getting ready to have some fun. What are you going to play with her?
We're going to maybe paint some pumpkins and maybe put on some tattoos. So a little cookie decorating.
So how much work and effort is put into hosting this event every year?
It's a lot of combined effort with everyone. We have people that go out and shop for the food. We have people that are shopping for all the accessories, and we have donations of the pumpkins from Whitetail Trucking. You know, we come in early, we clean up the whole station, and then we just set up. It usually goes by pretty quickly. A lot of effort from a lot of people, so it works out well.
This is a great idea, and a great idea to have the community come out. So hopefully everyone will come out and enjoy. We're going to go and catch some other kids now. Thanks so much, Angela.
Thank you, Pauline.
Good night. We're with a group called CAP. Could you please tell us what CAP is?
CAP is actually Civil Air Patrol, and we are what's called the Auxiliary Wing of the Air Force, and we are involved in search and rescue missions throughout the country. And CAP was established in right around the 1940s, 1941, and is a part of the government support services through the Air Force Auxiliary.
And this is Rich Rinke. He is on our fire board, so I do welcome you, and I should have said that first. And also we have the captain of CAP. What is your name?
My name is Kirthi Srinivasan. I'm the cadet commander at Rochester, Oakland Cadet Squadron, and we're here at the fire station today to look and try and recruit new members for our program. Our program has cadets who are ages 12 to about 18 or 12 to 21. And we do all sorts of things from learning to fly and learning about aerospace to emergency services, as well as military discipline and etiquette and that sort of thing.
Yeah, we also have a number of ways that cadets can advance to the program. We have encampment programs where they go off-site and learn search and rescue missions. They also have community services, training programs. And then we also meet on a weekly basis. Every Saturday we meet at the Stony Creek High School, and we go through aerospace training as well as planning community events.
So it is a weekly training session.
Yes, we cover aerospace technologies and engineering, and we also go through cadet development programs as well.
Could you maybe tell us what the qualifications are in order to join your group?
In order to join, you just have to be 12, at least 12 years old, and willing to learn. We talk anything about aerospace, leadership, emergency services. If you're interested in flying, we have a program for that. We have a program for doing search and rescue. Civil Air Patrol does 90% of the search and rescue in the United States, so we have cadet ground teams that go out and do search and rescue. So it's really just willing to learn and 12 years old.
Thank you very much for your time. Could you tell us how are you tying this in, since you're on the fire board? How are you tying CAP in with the fire department open house?
It was a really easy decision to make. Being involved, obviously, with Jerry, our fire chief, and his background as a Civil Air Patrol member kind of lended to this opportunity. So I basically told Jerry, I said, Jerry, we've got an opportunity here, I think, where we could potentially get some awareness to the fact that we need more cadets involved in Civil Air Patrol. I shared that with our colonel. He liked the idea as well. So we think that anytime we can get out in the community and spread the word about Civil Air Patrol and what it means to building a great foundation for youth as a cadet, moving on further in life and taking up different opportunities, whether it's in the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, or even just in life. It's a great platform for them to develop a solid foundation. So we're looking forward today to meeting a number of different people, families, and kids if they're interested in getting them involved. It's a great program. My son Jack has been in the program, and he's doing well. His plans are to go in the Air Force Academy, and if everything works out, he'll go down that path. But once again, it's great. If kids like to fly, like anything to do with aeronautical activities, we can even get them up in powered aircraft as well as gliders in a short period of time being in CAP.
Thank you, Rich, and thank you for all you do for this community and for others. So thank you. And we're going to slide away so maybe he can go ahead and take a shot of the group. Jerry's kind of been evading me, so I finally found Jerry, our fire chief. How you doing today?
Great.
How's the turnout?
Oh, really good. This year we've done well. We actually advertised through the Oxford schools, that Peach Jar program they have, and we were able to get out to all the residents, all the people that go to the school districts in Oxford. So we have a pretty good turnout. We're happy about this, except for we could have a little sun out. It is kind of a dreary day. Been raining for 3, so.
That would be very nice. What is the main purpose for having this open house?
The open house is fire prevention. Nationally, October is Fire Prevention Month. So this is where we actually try to teach people and the kids the stop, drop, and roll, the fire prevention meeting place, all those things you learned when you were a kid. We need to teach that to our new generation. So this is what Fire Prevention Month is all about.
Is it also an opportunity for people to see the equipment that you need in order to do your job?
Yeah, it's nice for the residents to see where their tax dollars are going and that we're using it wisely. So yeah, you can look at and see what we do, and it's our opportunity to recruit new people. We're always looking for volunteers to help us out and maybe possibly become a career in the fire service.
What are some of the new equipments that have helped you in your job?
Well, our ambulances are really state of the art. We have some really nice equipment on there. We have machines now that actually do CPR. The nice thing about the CPR machine is that it actually does the CPR correctly every time. Unfortunately, when we do it with our hands, we don't do it correctly and efficiently 100%. This machine does. So that's one thing that we've done for the residents and our medical part of it all. But there's always a lot of other things we can improve on, and we are.
One thing I notice is that the fire department really seems to be a very strong family. You guys really stick together, you care for each other, you can tell it's genuine. What do you attribute that to?
Well, the fire service is a paramilitary organization, discipline and organization, and you know, honestly, just having some pride in wearing an Addison patch is really what keeps people here in your community. So that's what we strive to do, and that's what you can get if you become a member of the Addison Township Fire Department. So come get an application and come down today, and we'll fill it out and see where you're in it good or not.
And we notice how happy everyone is, so just remember that when you come down to apply, right?
Yes, correct.
Thank you so much, Jerry, for you and for everything that you do and your team. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care. what we do is what we've taught is always remove the car from the patient, not the patient from the car. Because sometimes we can do a lot more damage grabbing somebody out of there. Unfortunately, if it's life over limb, we're gonna pull you out of there. If your legs hurt, we're gonna pull you out of there because you could die from a femur fracture really quickly. So that part we do grab some patients out. Unfortunately, if we do grab you out of a bad environment, that means that you're not doing that well. So it's protecting your life over your limb.
We're with Chad, who's on the Addison Township Fire Department. How are you today, Chad?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. And as you probably didn't hear, but Jerry is always looking for paid-on-call firefighters or EMS, and Chad here is going to school. What are you going to school?
I'm actually going to school for nursing.
And you're working here part-time at the fire department?
I am, yeah. I'm one of the paid-on-call firefighters here, and I do part-time shifts as well.
So how are you able to fit that in?
So basically, when I started school, I knew that I needed still a job that I could do part-time and on call. That's what we do here. So I kind of work whenever there is an emergency. Pager goes off, and I'm here whenever the call goes out.
What drew you to the fire department?
Actually, I always wanted to go into public service, into actually working for, serving the community. And I had a friend that was in a different township, and he said, come and check it out. And so I came here, and Addison Township sends you through fire academy and EMS training. So I was able to get all of my basic training that I needed to become a firefighter EMT. Right here through Addison Township. And then I continued on after that. I fell in love with the EMS side, and I continued on and went to paramedic school. That was another year, and that kind of spurred my love for the medical field, and that's how I ended up going into nursing. But I love being able to serve the community, and it kind of aids in my patient care training, and it's a good experience.
So first step is becoming a firefighter, right? So what's involved with that?
Yeah, so if you come up here and you fill out your application, you go through all the basic steps, and you get hired. Basically what you do is you're sent to a fire academy, and there is a basic agility test to go through first. Then you go into fire academy, and that's it's less than 6 months, but you go through that process. And then if you graduate from fire academy, then we send you to, you actually go to EMS school first and then fire academy. So you have to go through both those trainings, and then you still have to go through what we call a probationary process here first. And that kind of, you have to just know what's going on with the whole department in general beyond just the skills that it takes to actually do the job.
And you noted already that the township or the fire department does pay for the schooling for that.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. It was kind of it was a great thing that you can go to other fire academies and EMS schools, but at Addison Township we send you right through the programs and get you started on your education, and it's paid for. So that's a really great perk. So.
Right. So if anyone has any questions, please call up Chad. He'll tell you what it's like to be on the fire department. And we wish you all the best in your schooling, and thanks for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care. Stop on by if you guys anybody's ever interested or has any questions. Stop by Station 1. There's always someone here who can talk about it.
We're now with Rob, who is the EMS coordinator for Addison Township Fire Department. How are you, Rob?
I'm good, thank you.
Great, and thanks for joining us. If you could be so kind as to just go through some of the different things that you have in the ambulance.
Okay, well, this is our newest ambulance. This is what we call our Alpha 1. This is what we transport most of our patients in. Sometimes we use our other ambulance, but for the most part, this is it. It's set up. It's very simple, clean cut. We know where everything is on here. Everybody's trained to know where all of our equipment is, so that anybody can jump in and lend a hand at any time. We have some small cabinets up here with our bandaging equipment, ice packs, stuff like that for traumatic injuries, bleeding control. We also have in this cabinet up here is our IV supplies. We start IVs on most of our patients. A lot of it's precautionary in case we need to give them fluid or we need to give them medications. Then we're not scrambling to get access to the patient when we need to give them. We already have it and we'll be ready to go. We have our airway cabinets here. We give almost all of our patients oxygen. even if it doesn't make a big difference, it doesn't hurt. It usually helps. Sometimes we have to breathe for our patients. So we have some tubes up here that we can insert, and we breathe for them with our BVM. We just squeeze a bag, and we always have it connected to our main oxygen. If you look over here, we have a lot of our jump bags and our cardiac monitor. And here's where we keep all of our medications. And we have some other tubes we can use in case we do have to breathe for our patients. We also have equipment underneath our benches. Maybe some lifting and moving stuff. If we have a patient that's difficult to get to in their house, we can't get our stretcher in there and they can't walk, we will put them on some tarps that maybe we have that are designed for moving patients, and we can carry them out of the house and put them onto our stretcher.
Now, are some of these things you're allowed to do because we're advanced life support here?
Most of it, yes. All the IV supplies, some of the airway stuff, the tubes I talked about, some are basic EMT skills, and some are paramedic skills. We focus a lot of our training on the basic EMT skills with, I can show you.
Sure.
I can't take it out of the package, but we have what's called a King tube. And there's a picture of it right there. And that is inserted into the patient's mouth, into their airway. And it can either go in the trachea or the esophagus. It's designed to go into the esophagus, so you don't have to find the trachea to do it. You just stick it in, and you fill up the balloon there, and then you can provide good oxygen to the patient. And
It's amazing that you guys can do that.
skill. It's amazing what we are able to do. And we train every month, and in the cold months we train two of our trainings are medical. So we are always doing practical scenarios, new and upcoming protocols that the county puts out and the state puts out. So we're on top of everything when it comes to the medical aspect. Chief Morawski really likes us to stay on the leading edge of everything that we do here.
I've noticed that, and I think that's great that you guys are able to do that, because with Addison being so far away from a hospital, it's important, and I just commend you guys for all that you do. So it's like a miniature hospital room.
It is. We like to call it. This is like our ER. You know, this is a safe, well lit place with all of our equipment that we can take care of patients. We run into a lot of times where we're in a dark house, or maybe it's not a safe environment for us, or maybe it's not a safe environment for the patient, or we could be out on a roadway. The sooner we get them safely in here, the better it is for everybody. There are certain things we need to do for patients in their house before we move them. So we never sacrifice patient care to speedily get them in here, but the sooner we get them in here, the better it is for everybody. So
Meaning you have to try to stabilize them in the house before you bring them out?
right.
Or it just depends on the situation?
Certain situations.
Okay.
For instance, if you were to call for chest pain, I would put you on a cardiac monitor and make sure to see what we had going on before we moved you at all. But if you had a broken arm and you were in an unsafe situation, we would get you in here as quickly as possible. So, for a rough description. But there are certain times when we need to do things in the house or where the patient is where we find them.
Is this something that you've always imagined yourself doing, or is it something that just you kind of just grew into?
I kind of grew into it. I've been in the fire service about 12 years now, and the more that I do, the more I had done, the more I liked it and wanted to continue on my education and my career. And then this opportunity here came up in Addison. And I wasn't sure at first if I would do a good job, but I'm allowed to teach, and I love to teach, and I love taking care of people. So, and this is a great group of people to work with. Everybody pulls their own weight here, and I can count on everybody when we're in any situation. So
That's a great thing to say about your teammates, and it shows. You do enjoy it, and yes, you know what you're doing. So thank you very much. You're doing a great job.
thank you.
We had a great time at Addison Township Fire Department's open house. Next time you see some of the guys or the gals, Please thank them for all of their service and hard work. We're going to sign off now.
Good job, Addison. Next up is the Oxford Fire Department with our reporter, Ashley Point. Ashley?
Hey guys, I'm here at the fire station open house off of 24. We're gonna look at a couple of the events, talk to some people, and have a bit of fun. I'm here at the Oxford Fire Open House here with Kevin Snell, a firefighter paramedic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, ma'am.
And here you have a child ID kit that you got approved a couple of months ago. And I hear it's actually very, very helpful in this community, and it's something we definitely need.
Yes, the child ID kit is a take-home kit. It is good for all the children of Oxford. We're trying to raise the funds right now to have one take home and have the parents fill them out. It keeps basic information on your child. You can get all the fingerprints done, a DNA swab, updated pictures, information of their height and weight. In case in the world today we have a lot of children going missing. We have children that are abducted. We have children that run away when they're older. This child ID kit is a keep home kit. You keep it at home, and in the event your child goes missing, you can turn it over to the authorities and they can help track down your child a lot better.
So is it something that needs to be updated, or is it just to take home once and that's it? Or does it, like, every couple of years have to be updated?
We would recommend that you use a pencil, so it can be updated on a regular basis. Obviously, your fingerprints and your DNA will never change. Obviously, height and weight will change, the pictures. So what we're kind of recommending right now is after every annual physical your child has at the pediatrician, you kind of take the information that they get and you kind of update your kit when you get home.
And honestly, you also have a fundraiser going on as well right now.
Yes, we currently have 2 fundraisers coming on. Our first fundraiser is going to be at Buffalo Wild Wings next Wednesday. They're going to do a proceeds donation for us. So anyone who just eats at Buffalo Wild Wings and buys their food there, Buffalo Wild Wings is going to donate some proceeds to our event. We also have a fundraiser at Collier Lanes here in Oxford. And they're also going to do a donation for us based on all the money that they bring in that day. And that's going to be a donation towards our goal of $16,000.
How close are you to that goal right now?
Currently, we're sitting a little bit over $5,000, so we're looking at about $10,000 to $11,000 more dollars. Obviously, here currently we have some of our current sponsors from the community that have donated some money are working with us right now. So we'd like to give them a big thanks and appreciate their help to the community and the safety of these children.
I'm sure we'll all be very interested in helping, and it'll definitely be a good thing for our community. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm here with Assistant Chief Dave Creech, and he's going to tell us just a little bit about what's all going on down here and anything else he wants us actually to know.
Okay, first of all, thanks for coming out. This is our open house for the year. We've displayed all of our trucks, and we thank everyone for coming out. We really appreciate the support from the community. And Halloween night, we'll have cider and donuts to pass out to the kids, so don't forget to come back for that. And for Fire Prevention Week, we want to remind everyone to change their batteries in their smoke detectors. And then after every 10 years, you need to discard them and replace them because they're only good for 10 years.
So you have a lot of showcases and what do's and don'ts. Is there anything new this year that you didn't have last year?
All of our equipment was here last year. For a display this year, we're going to do an extrication at 2 o'clock. So if you want to stick around and see the extrication.
For those of us that don't know what's an extrication?
we're going to cut a car apart and show you how we can get in. If there's a car wreck and you can't get into the doors, we'll take the doors off and probably take the roof off of it and show you how our equipment works.
It's like the Jaws of Life kind of thing?
Correct.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
This year we could not get the helicopter because of the weather. Last week it was canceled, so everyone was booked up. So we won't have a helicopter this year, but hopefully again next year it'll be out.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you. And again, thanks for coming.
Thank you. What drove you to come out here today? Was it your kids wanted to come or you wanted to come?
Well, we actually just moved out here a couple weeks ago, and we are just looking at different things in the community to do with our family, and we saw this on Facebook, actually, and we thought we'd come out and check it out. Something for her to do. It's different than something usual.
It definitely is different. There's a lot of things for kids, but there are some things that, like, classes and stuff for adults, too.
Oh, I don't even know that. We just got here. We'll have to check it out.
There's there's a CPR thing that you can do for kids to teach you and your kids at different age levels, and they have, I think, they're doing an extraction here. Yeah, they're gonna open up a car that's been crashed.
Well, that's exciting. She just wants to see the fire truck. She saw one in the parade at the homecoming parade, and now she's all about them. Say hi.
You gonna go see a fire truck?
Say hi to the camera. Say hi.
No? You're not gonna see a fire truck? No?
Are the fire trucks loud? Yeah.
We got a quiet one here. She'll get louder as the day goes on.
I promise.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks.
Hey guys, I'm here with David Furman, who is intendant of the Northeast Oakland EMS Academy for 4 months, and he has about 2 months left to go.
That's correct.
And you are an attorney during your day job, so you have a bright personality, which really helps with being an EMS, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I believe it helps. I'm quick on my feet. I think I'm better in the courtroom, but we'll see how I am here.
So what drove you to decide to do the EMS Academy?
So I've always wanted to be a firefighter and EMT since I was really young. Being an attorney, it was tough to try to find the time to do it, but after getting things taken care of at work, I was able to find time in the evenings and on the weekends to do my classes, and it's been amazing.
So what would you say to those who want to do the EMS Academy, want to be a firefighter, but aren't quite yet driven to attend it?
You know what? It's definitely a time commitment, but it's so worth it. Being able to go to a scene and help your neighbors, help the residents of the township, it's fulfilling. And just don't wait around. Just make time to go and get things taken care of. It's going to fly by before you know it, your classes are done, and then you're going to be out there on the roads helping your neighbors.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm here with Sergeant Kelly Gilcor, basically the man who runs this whole event. So tell us a little about how this got started and what you overall plan to do with everything that goes on around here.
All right, well, I've been on the department for 11 years, and the open house has been happening the first Sunday in October for that long, as far as I know. I think longer than that. Today we just want to get people out to see our station, to see the things that we have some safety tips for them, some fun events for the kids. Today I'm actually recruiting. I'm in charge of recruiting for the fire department. So if you're interested, if you're 18 years or older and interested in either being a firefighter or an EMT, come down and see me. At any time, you can come to the station, not even on the open house. You can just come and see me. I can tell you all about it and tell you how to get hooked up with that.
So notice there's a lot of how-tos and things to look out for, little events here. Is there something that's adult more oriented, or is it mostly oriented towards children around here?
No, absolutely. It's adult oriented. A lot of times we take for granted what we think people know, and then the adults come with their kids and we're teaching the kids, and the adults are scratching their head like, oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, absolutely, there's a lot of things for adults to learn or to relearn, but take it from me, the dads like to sit in the trucks more than the kids do. So
Thank you so much for your time. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We had a lot of fun. We talked to a bunch of people and we found out what it's all about. We'll see you next time.
Well, there you go. Next time the fire department has another open house, bring your friends and the kids. It's a good instructional event. Well, that's all the time we have for this week, and we hope you enjoyed our program. So, for our reporters Pauline Bennett, Ashley Point, and our photographer Dan Weiss, and our editor Terry Stiles, I'm Bill Service, and you have a great, great week.